Now, I like to point out that I am not being biased or being a fanboy in any type of way. Now, this entire rant is going to take place in two separate videos. So basically, it's going to have two parts. So if you're interested in what you're hearing so far, the other part by now should definitely be on. So let's get straight to this. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku versus I'd say the version of Superman we've seen so far, and the death battle between Goku and Superman. Now, this is a rant after all. Now, I definitely do disagree with a lot of screw attacks and math. Now, I'm going to put it like this. The first question is Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan stronger than Super Saiyan 4? Now, we all know Akira Toriyama didn't like the GT storyline. One of the underlying reasons for Battle of Gods is probably spite to GT. While he constantly makes it known as non-canon, Super Saiyan God is most definitely stronger in my opinion. And Super Saiyan, and maybe even Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you know? It's the perfect opportunity for Akira to create a massive plot hole collision that serves GT completely from the severs, sorry about that, Dragon Ball GT completely from out of existence. So, like I said, if it's a fusion, because here's the point: Super Saiyan God, in my opinion, is more of a fusion of six Saiyans. All right, this is 5 years after the Dragon Ball Z original story, when Dragon Ball Z and Goku defeated Majin Buu. Now, we all know Boo's power level by Dragon Ball Z is equal to Oob's normal power level, and previous Super Saiyan 3 Goku's, equals to Boo's power level. Modern base form Goku is stronger than Oob, and modern base form Goku is actually stronger than previous Super Saiyan 4 Goku. The last documented power level was around 150 million of Super Saiyan 1. And if you put the official multipliers in, it's Super Saiyan 2, which is 4 times less than Super Saiyan 3, and Super Saiyan 3 equals Super Saiyan 2 times 4. Same with Vegeta. We can assume Pan's power level is about 1 by Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. It doesn't really do anything because she hasn't been born, so we already have Goku's base level. And when Trunks and Goten, who go, then Trunks and Goten, who go Super Saiyan 1, meaning their power would be 8 times less than Goku's. So that should be around, we should gather all of that power level. It's actually on the screen at this point. If you get all of these guys' power level, and I'm going to put this out the strongest way that I could actually possibly could. So if we see, when we saw Super Saiyan 4 Goku, adult base Goku in Dragon Ball GT was equal to about Oob. So this was equal to about 5 years of training. But this is about 10 years after the original Dragon Ball Z Battle of God storyline. Now, as we all know, everyone is weaker by GT except for Goku, maybe Vegeta, and Oob. And at this point, Oob and the Buu saga is actually said to be a quarter as strong as the original Majin Buu, but Goku in his base form simply just took care of him. But at this point, he could probably do the exact same thing in Battle of Gods, because we don't exactly know the time, that stuff that's been happening between the Buu saga and the Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods story. But it's safe to say that base form Goku by Dragon Ball GT is Super Saiyan 3 level, and the reason why I say that is because basically of how basically this. When Goku said Raudo, the guy who Goku was basically fighting, was actually I can't put the exact power levels and multipliers on the screen at this point, so just continue hearing me out. When Goku said that Raudo was about as strong as Majin Buu, so basically the Majin Buu that he was stating was the actual normal Majin Buu, which is Kid Buu, and he was basically powering him in base form. So we know Kid Goku's base level is at Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Now, his Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and his adult form is about 10 times stronger, so that would have to be around a Super Saiyan 4 Goku if it existed in Dragon Ball Z, which would be much, much more stronger. And if you put the actual Super Saiyan multipliers in, that will be times 4, times 50. I'm sorry, times 2 and times 4, and the Super Saiyan 4 power level. So I would say if Super Saiyan 3 was a power level of 1 billion, then we multiply that by we basically multiply that by 4,000. And what we get there is we get basically a power level. See, if we multiplied 1 billion times 4,000, then that would probably equal around somewhere in the trillion section. So that's that. But if you look at it this way, Super Saiyan God is much stronger than Super Saiyan 3. So that form is actually stronger than Super Saiyan 3. Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. And I would have to say Goku is about 5 times weaker in Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods than he is in Dragon Ball GT. So if we were to get Super Saiyan God, which is basically the combination of all of the Saiyan's powers, and basically put them all into one, well, actually all 6, and all of his Super Saiyan forms would actually be multiplied with each other and combined into one. So basically we're combining everybody's Super Saiyan multipliers by the already naturally added strength, physical strength of their normal base form. So this is getting everybody's power levels in base form and then adding it and multiplying everybody's Super Saiyan power levels and multiplying that power, adding back together, basically making a Super Saiyan God. And we all know that is way beyond, 10,000 times that the power of, let's say, a normal base form. Let's say if the Saiyans were just giving their essence and base form to Goku versus their Super Saiyan forms. So basically, already at that point, this is something Goku said in Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. Now, I may be wrong and I may be right, but let me know what you guys think. Goku himself said it could take millennia for him to train, but it wouldn't be at the same because it wouldn't make him at this. It wouldn't make him this level. That's why Goku was so pissed off at Super Saiyan God, because he knew that he couldn't achieve it no matter what he did. This is an entirely different dimension of strength. Now, we all see what Beerus did to Super Saiyan 3 Goku with like 1.1% of his power. So this is basically somebody who could manhandle, a base form Goku or a General Rilo, Dragon Ball GT with that same amount of power. He can literally do the same thing to both of them that he did to a Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So, since that is just, let's say, 0.1% of his power, that is a, if we have 0.1%, that is about a 10,000th of Beerus' strength, just right there, that he used just to knock out Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And if Goku himself as a Super Saiyan God is, and the reason why I'm saying Super Saiyan 3 Goku, base form Goku is 5 times stronger than 5 times weaker than he was in GT, was because if you look at it this way, a Saiyan's base form can, well, it depends on how much he trains. And since I see he was on training on King Kai's plane for this entire 5 years versus doing hardly nothing in the same 5 years before, or 10 years prior to the end of Dragon Ball Z, it's safe to say that he's become stronger at this 5.5-year point than he has become in the 5-year point in the original Dragon Ball Z story leading up to the Dragon Ball GT story. So, and this is a Superman versus Goku battle, but I wanted to put out who exactly I believe would be actually stronger. Now, if we put that into detail, Goku said that, this is a power that he'll never be able to achieve on his own, and this is an entirely different dimension of power. Meaning that, this is a god level. This is basically a different dimension of power altogether. Not to mention Beerus' level, his power cannot be sensed whatsoever. He said that normal ki would be able to work against him if it was strong enough, but it wouldn't really do much otherwise. Like, it's very hard for a normal ki to actually overcome the power of a god ki. God ki is a special type of ki that no one in the universe is able to overcome. So basically, what Beerus is saying is that anyone with normal ki would never be able to match the power of a god, because that's out of the limits, out of the boundaries of a normal ki energy. They cannot reach the level of a god. That's why Goku needed to go in his god form to actually match Beerus, because in his normal form, he would never be able to fight him. in his normal ki. That's what Beerus is saying. He's saying, okay, you guys will never ever be able to beat me because I know the limitations of normal ki versus God ki. It will never be able to go up to that kind of level, no matter how much a mortal would try. That's why Goku needed to transform into a god. So this is already Akira Toriyama pointing out that Super Saiyan 4 Goku with normal ki could not lay a hand on Beerus because of his specialty, Beerus' specialty, which is his God ki. And another reason out of all of this why I say Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, or Super Saiyan God and Dragon Ball Z Battle Gods alone is stronger, is because if you look at Frieza's power level in this new movie, 100 quintillion. All of the Dragon Ball Z power levels that we've ever had, including the Daizenshuu power levels, only pointed out Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's power level to only be 25 million. Now, 25 billion. Now, although he was at 1%, his full power to me would actually be around, I'd say, close to a half of a trillion. But that is light years below Frieza's level, which confirmed by Akira Toriyama, confirmed by Raisi Nakao, the actual voice actor of Frieza, that Frieza's power level is 100 quintillion. So if we take the Daizenshuu power levels, the Daizenshuu, the Dragon Ball Z encyclopedia, all the knowledge of Dragon Ball Z actually put in by the creators of Dragon Ball, including some of the knowledge from Akira Toriyama himself, stating that Super Saiyan 4 is no stronger than 25 billion, I don't even have to put math in this to let you guys know exactly what it's stronger. So at this point, this is what Akira Toriyama wanted. He wanted to point that out. Now, a lot of you guys are saying, okay, this is Frieza's voice actor. What much does he know? But he has to work closely to Akira Toriyama to actually get an in-depth, vision of exactly how powerful Frieza is, how powerful the being who he's voicing is actually is. So that's why he actually made this kind of level for Frieza. Now, Daizenshuu versus this. Now, which to you is actually stronger? Now, it's obvious. Quintillion is light years ahead of a fucking billion. So that's already shitting on Dragon Ball GT levels. That's already shitted on Dragon Ball GT, no matter how much you put it out there that, okay, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is so much stronger than Dragon Ball Z. Not to mention we have Beerus and Whis, who, okay, so Goku is a full power god at this point, yes, but this is untrained god ki. Now, this is not true god ki, this is just the power of this is a power of a Saiyan god. So this is normal ki combined with god ki. The only reason why Frieza, who you guys may think has normal ki, is actually fighting and harming Goku at this point is because his ki is more special than normal. Than a normal Saiyan's ki. His ki is different, So that's why he's able to actually put up a fight against any type of god. He's almost a demigod himself, basically, if you think about it. But at this point, we've already had a confirmation that Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods or Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F is light years ahead of fucking Dragon Ball GT. So that right there is what I like to put out. No matter what you guys would say in the comment section, this is my opinion. And Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is 10 to 50 times stronger than the Super Saiyan 4 Goku we've seen against Superman. Now, another thing with Screw Attack is that they haven't exactly pointed out which version of Superman we were actually using. There's many forms, many comic versions of Superman that we could possibly use. We could use Bronze version, Silver version, Golden Age Superman, pre-crisis Superman, post-crisis Superman. You could say post-crisis Superman versus Super Saiyan 4 Goku, or pre-crisis Superman versus Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but you never exactly pointed out exactly how powerful a pre-crisis, you never exactly pointed out which version of Superman you were actually using at that one point. So not only is that inconsistent, but what kind of math you were using to point out Goku's actual strength. So this would have to point an end to this part of my rant. I will be back in my new video. Make sure to watch that. I'll be back, guys. My name is the Anime King David. Peace.